Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I don't have any makeup on or nothing today. Today is a very casual day, which is why I am actually making this recipe. It's a Saturday. Usually on Saturdays, especially this time of year, I like to make something easy but cozy and delicious to have during the evening. So this is one of the recipes I'm going to be showing you in the video, which is a chicken spaghetti. I'm sure you've had chicken spaghetti before. I actually haven't made it in a really long time. It was a family favorite growing up, so I'm excited to share this with you today. And I'm going to start by showing you all the ingredients I'm going to be putting in the spaghetti. Okay, so I'm going to start by what makes this recipe super easy, and that is a rotisserie chicken. So I'm going to be shredding that up. Of course, we have our spaghetti noodles. I'm going to be adding in some Velveeta cheese, some creamy chicken soup, some chicken broth. These are the spices I'm going to be using. I just have some Creole seasoning here. We put this in basically everything. Some garlic powder, some black pepper, some pink Himalayan salt, and also just these Hunt's diced tomatoes with basil, garlic, and oregano. I did not mean to get this large of a can. I ordered this off of Walmart pickup, so I ended up getting a little too large of a can. Also, a lot of the recipes that I saw called for two of these creamy chicken soups, so I might need more. The chicken broth is something new that I'm kind of adding just to thin this out, so we'll see how much of that I end up using. I will say I don't use a lot of measurements in my cooking, so we'll just kind of play it by ear. These tomatoes are what I'm using, but most of the time you will have you will have Rotel tomatoes in there, but because our 3-year-old's going to be eating this, I'm keeping it not very spicy at all so that she can enjoy this also. But yeah, this is just a look at most of the ingredients, or all of the ingredients that I'm going to be using in this today. So if this is something you're interested in, stay tuned and let's hop right into the video. Okay everyone, so I'm starting off by making our sauce for our chicken spaghetti. The first thing I've got in the pan is just some cubed up Velveeta. This is the smaller size block of Velveeta. I think it's like a 2-ounce block, and there is the larger block, so I did go with the smaller one. If you're making a bigger batch, obviously you can get the bigger block of Velveeta, but I just cubed that up and put that in the pan. I'm going to start my heat going on a low, you want a low heat to get this started. So I'm just getting the cheese started melting. I'm adding in that can of creamy chicken soup. I'm just going to do the entire can. Like I said, a lot of recipes did call for a 2 of these cans, but we're just going in with 1. And then I'm going to go in and add a little bit of our chicken broth. I'm just going to start with a little bit, and then we can always add more if we need to get this a little less thick. And then we're going in with those diced tomatoes. Again, this is the one with the basil, garlic, and oregano. I'm just going to pour that in. I'm not draining anything, and I'm not going to use this entire can. This is the big can. I'm just using part of this can. And I'm sorry if my measurements seem a little weird. I really don't measure anything usually, especially in recipes like this. I just kind of play it by ear. So I'm just going to let this start melting and kind of get gooey in the consistency we want it. It's almost going to look like cheese dip. If you've ever made like Rotel cheese dip, that's basically the same recipe you're going to be using for this. You also could add some milk if you wanted to add that to this, but since I'm adding the chicken broth and I left the juice in the tomatoes, I'm just going to leave this as it is. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. I do already have our spaghetti noodles cooked over here and ready to be poured into this. And as this sauce is cooking and getting melty and gooey and how we want it, I am going to add in that pretty much the entire rotisserie chicken that we shredded. That was a smaller rotisserie chicken, by the way, but that just saves you a step. That saves you from having to cook the chicken. And another thing is I got the chipotle flavored rotisserie chicken, so that's going to give you added flavor that you weren't going to have otherwise. So yeah, once I added this chicken in there, this is definitely more of a thicker consistency. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in just a little bit more of our chicken broth. Like I said, I'm just eyeballing this. You can always add a little bit more or whatever. I'm just going to cook this down until it gets to the consistency that we like. I did see a recipe that had cream cheese in there. That would be really good too if you wanted to add cream cheese to this. I think that would be extra yummy and gooey. And you could go ahead and add your noodles at this point if you wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and let this sauce just totally get to the point where we want. I'm telling you, this looks so yummy all by itself. Like, I think I could just eat this. This would also be good if you added in like spinach or even broccoli. You could put rice in this and make it into like a chicken rice bake. There's really just all kinds of things you can do with this, but what I love about these recipes is it's perfect for this time of year. I'm always looking for things that are yummy and cozy and delicious, and I just think this is perfect for that, especially as it starts getting colder and you want something warm and yummy. This is just one of my go-to recipes for my family. Everyone loves it. And like I said, you can use Rotel instead of those just regular tomatoes. But if you're like me and you're cooking for little ones, you probably want to use something a little bit less spicy. Okay, so as soon as this is done, I will check back in with you. Alright, so I wanted to hop on here and show that this is about the consistency you're going to want your sauce. That cheese is starting to melt. The chicken is in there. I have not poured in the noodles yet. I'm just going to add in a little bit more of that chicken broth just to kind of thin everything out and make it go a little bit further. But I wanted to show that this is about the consistency that you're going to want for your sauce. Okay guys, so this is with the noodles and everything incorporated. I did forget to mention that this does have the seasoning that I said I was going to add in there, that black pepper, the Creole seasoning, the garlic powder, and also the pink Himalayan salt. That is all added in here, and I just kind of eyeball that as well. So yeah, this is how it turned out, and I cannot wait to dig into this. Okay everyone, that's it for today's video. I hope you loved these super easy, cozy recipes for this fall and winter. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!